And we start tonight with our breaking news coverage of the record December snow.
Thousands in the Sierra are facing record-breaking snow. Look at this. These are new pictures from Palisades, Tahoe, not far from Truckee. They are calling conditions in the last 24 hours their biggest December storm in 50 years. Meanwhile, thousands are still without power tonight, and sadly, it comes as temperatures are starting to drop below freezing across Northern California.
Hey guys, Chris here. Today it is snowing like crazy. We have a lot of snow up here in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and the roads, a lot of them are closed down because of the snow, but I am heading out for the night camping in the snow. It's about this deep or so, so we'll see how it is getting the tent set up. But I got all my gear here. I got the snowshoes, and I am ready to go. We're gonna cook dinner, got a little history to talk about, and we're gonna see if we can make it through the night. So that's next. All right, so for tonight, I'm going to be making homemade chili, and we're going to be talking about the Feather River and the Beckwourth Pass area here, which is that way, and the mountain men that came through there, and the trail, the California trail that cut through there back in the 1850s. We'll be doing that tonight. But first off, I got to find a place to put my tent, and it's going to be dark pretty soon here, so. And this snow is it's pretty deep. Look at this. My snowshoes are buried right now, so. But fortunately I don't have too far to go, maybe a quarter mile or so. And the snow is going to continue tonight, but it's going to start tapering off. But we've got a lot of snow. Donner Pass was closed down Christmas Day, and I think yesterday it was closed down too. And then this Highway 70, which is out this way, was closed down as well today. So we're kind of snowed in up here, literally snowed in, as you can see. All right, I think we found a spot. It's got some dry wood on this tree, a lot of dead limbs on it, the lower limbs. I can get access to them. And it's a little bit shallower here because the trees kind of blocked it, the branches. And I got a great view of the canyon down below, the middle fork of the Feather River in Northern California here. So we'll be right in the edge of the canyon. And there's no wind tonight, so we'll be good there as well. So we're gonna set up the tent right here. There we go. Woohoo! There's the river down below there. All right, you guys hear that? A hawk. Right out here somewhere. All right, pillow and sleep pad and my Kilty Cosmic Down Zero in the stuff's the compression sack here. That compresses down really well. All right, we got the setup here. It's the snowshoes. There's the river down there. Maybe we can see it from up here. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at this light. Isn't that a great view of the river? Look at that. Goes all the way that way. This is flowing to the Pacific Ocean. I think it ends up in the Sacramento River. But there's a cool shot. All right. Anyways, nonetheless, we have the Osprey Atmos 65 right there, and the Kilty Cosmic Down right there, and then that's the Hike Nature inflatable pillow with the quilted pillowcase liner on it. So that's my sleep system. That's how I'm gonna get through the night. Okay, so next I gotta collect some firewood, get a fire going, and get some dinner going. And we are gonna get through this. It's gonna be, I think, a low of about 19, maybe 18 tonight. I'll have to double check, but yeah, it's doable. All right, looks pretty dry. That is going to be hopeful. There we go. Let's just put some little sticks in here. See if we can get this thing to take here. Yeah, that rain was pretty tough. Tough on the wood. I was hoping the stuff on the tree trunks would be drier. It was, but still got some moisture in it. Okay, so the fire is going, but it's having a hard time kind of staying lit. It doesn't look like it right now, but the wood is really wet, so I'm really having to work it. I've been working it for the last 15 minutes, and I got it to this point, but I just need some wood that's not all wet. I went back to Jeanette's house, that's my girlfriend, and I got some wood, and it really helped. It made all the difference. Dry wood. I thought we would be okay, with the dead stuff on the tree, but yeah, it's wet. It's wet enough that it's really hard to just keep going. So first we got brown some burger here. First we need to brown some burger here. There we go. That's all I need. I'm just making about 2 servings here, and that is just fine. Okay. No, I'm gonna have quite a bit of beef in there. But I recently did this at home, and it was fun. It was fun. Just brown the meat, brown the burger. Bison burger would be kind of fun. Add some tomato sauce, kidney beans, chopped onion, a little bit of water, and paprika, chili powder. And if you can, serve it with shredded cheese on the top. I did not bring any shredded cheese, but this should brown pretty quickly. Salt and pepper. But it was fun. It's fun to put it together because you add a little bit more chili powder, make it a little more kick to it, a little more paprika, a little bit more ground pepper, salt, and just get it to where you really like it. That looks just perfect. We're gonna just literally just set that to the side here, right in the snow there, and get this going. And we are gonna add some tomato sauce. I brought this in a Ziploc bag. It was in a can. Actually, it was in a jar. I forget the name brand, but it was a really nice tomato sauce. Like I said, I made this about a week ago. And so, alright. Gonna pour that. I'm gonna pour the whole thing in there. I get some backup if I need it. A Ziploc bag of kidney beans we're adding. You know what? I'm just going to add the whole darn thing. Why not? There we go. Coming together. There we go. It is definitely snowing. I think I got just the right amount of sauce in there. Added the beef to it, kidney beans. Now the spices are next, and the onions. Also, I have a special beer tonight as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Chili and a beer. That sounds great. That sounds perfect. Fire's looking good, keeping me warm, making me feel a little more comforted. The fire is a really nice thing to have. Just keeps you a little warm there, and some light and everything else. So, all right, this is tonight's beer. I have an Outlaw from Great Basin Brewing Company. It's got a cow skull there. There's a cowboy over there. It got ripped. The label got kind of ripped over here, but nice sunset, and it's good beer. It's a milk stout, but we'll be having that with our dinner. Outlaw Milk Stout by Great Basin Brewing Company. So we have in this bag, I have paprika, chili powder, and chili, what are these, chili flakes? Ground chili pepper? I think it's like a ground chili pepper. I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit at the top. I'm gonna do two sprinkles. I just mixed it all up, and that is going to give me the kick. 2 big pinches. This is my dollar store cutting board. That is looking good. Nice and hot. I'm going to give it just a little more heat here. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't spill it. On a slight slope with the snow, that's a recipe, not for chili, but for disaster. So here we go. Better use some cornbread. If I can get out here early, I'll make cornbread next time. That would be nice. All right, get a nice stable spot for that. There we go. That is my dinner for tonight. Homemade chili and ice cold beer. All right. Cheers. That is good. That is really a good combination. I like that. Well, if it clears, it's going to be really cold tonight. But if not, it'll stay a little warmer with the clouds. Yeah, we've been shoveling and snow blowing for 3 days. Actually, a little bit longer than that. Yeah, just trying to stay ahead of it. It's been a very aggressive storm, bringing a lot of moisture to the west here. Even Las Vegas got some rain, all the way up to Oregon, Washington, Idaho and Montana I think got some snow. Wyoming got some snow. Utah, Colorado. But yeah, it forced a lot of people to just stay at home or stay wherever they're at. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Yeah, like I said, I'm a quarter mile away from Jeanette's house. I'm in the Plumas National Forest, and I didn't even want to go driving around. And the trailheads they're snowed in. There's no way I could get to a trailhead and hike in and do anything, like when I did Mount Rose. So I was happy just to snowshoe right from the house. That is really good. I like that. I have to do this more at home too. Yeah, the dry wood made a huge difference with the fire. This is the wood I was trying to use, and maybe it'll burn now because it's been drying out, but I was enjoying my fire, but I need to get in here and get some rest going. But I wanted to talk about the canyon down here. It's really interesting because I hear the train coming, and the train out west here has a really interesting history. California became a state in 1850, and it was nearly 2 decades before the first Trans Continental Railroad came over the mountains to California. So for nearly 20 years they were very isolated new state on the Pacific Ocean, and they were separate from the rest of the country. And the states in between, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, and Nevada, were not states yet. They were territories, or even unknown territories, country at that time. But so California was very isolated until they discovered and went over Donner Pass. But the Trans Continental Railroad was not complete until 1869. And then Beckwourth Pass, it was discovered in 1850 by Jim Beckwourth, the mountain man. Really interesting story. He was on a trapping expedition with some other mountain men, and he noticed a pass through the mountains, and he said, that looks interesting. He didn't say anything to anybody, and he decided to kind of keep it in the back of his head. And he came back later, went up Beckwourth, now called Beckwourth Pass, and it opened up into the Sierra Valley. And then from that point, the Sierra Valley is the headwaters for the middle fork of the Feather River, and that flows down the west slope of the Sierra Nevada mountains. He followed that all the way down to Marysville and decided this would make a great wagon route over the mountains, a lot lower than Donner Pass. Donner Pass is 7,221 feet high, very high pass. And Beckwourth Pass is 5,400, I believe. And so he got to work between 1850 and 51. He actually built a trail that followed essentially the river, but then it broke away at a few places. And his trail, the Beckwourth Trail, is actually up this ridge behind me here, actually on the other side of the ridge by Lake Davis, and it kind of curves back around and hooks up with the river again and heads on West Quincy and then down the canyon towards Marysville, California. But he established this as a wagon route across the Sierra Nevadas. Anyways, here comes the train right now down in the Feather River Canyon. Jim Beckwourth also established his ranch and a trading post at the upper end of the trail on the west end of the Sierra Valley along Grizzly Creek. So maybe tomorrow morning we should stop in there and check it out. But his cabin is still there along Grizzly Creek, which flows into the Feather River. Okay, so the Beckwourth Trail ran from 1851 to about 1855, and Jim Beckwourth, the mountain man, he led the first wagon trains through his trail. He probably stopped at his trading post on the Sierra Valley up there and said, hey, you guys want to get some food and some snacks for your trips? I got a trading post right here. But the other pass that was really prominent for California, because it was separated, like I said, from the rest of the country, was the Donner Pass. And that is where they had the California Trail go up and over that. Donner Party, obviously. So in 1869, they completed the Trans Continental Railroad, which was the connecting San Francisco, Sacramento, and California with the rest of the country. And they had the Golden Spike ceremony in Promontory Summit, Utah, in the desert north of the Great Salt Lake. They had this big ceremony in May of 1869 where they had a 17.6 carat gold spike that they tapped into the train tracks, but it was a pre-drilled hole and they just tapped it in there just as a ceremony. And this is where they had the two trains that met from the Union Pacific and the Central Pacific each had a train, and the Central Pacific was called the Jupiter and the Union Pacific was 119, engine 119. And they set them on the tracks, and then they had this big ceremony with all these people, members of the railroad and workers and the politicians, and they had this big ceremony. It was a big event to connect the country, the continent, with a railroad in 1869. And so that essentially put an end to wagon travel through the West in 1869 when they had this big ceremony. And the railroad started this Trans Continental Railroad in 1863, so it took them about 6.5, 7 years to complete it. It was quite an undertaking in the 19th century to do that. But yeah, some interesting history about the passes out here and the early statehood of California and even Utah back in 1869. I think it was still Utah territory, so very interesting. But I need to get some sleep and get up, and I got some breakfast. Here's what I got for breakfast tomorrow. I have hash brown potatoes. It looks really big, doesn't it? It's only this big though, but I thought I'd try that. A little simpler to do than like my chili tonight. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the morning, and talk to you then. All right, good morning, guys. I slept pretty good. We got a little bit of snow last night. And my camera LED screen is acting up. Here, check this out. A little snow, not much. Just enough to let you know it's still there. Let's go take a look at the canyon. There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Look at the view here. Love it. It is winter. It is definitely still winter. Thought the sun was gonna come out maybe today. But yeah, here's where the tent is. There we go.
Don't wait for me, honey. Don't wait, 'cause I'm always heading your way, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. And as we grow, I'll keep running till I can no more. You'll always be the one I want at midnight. You'll always steal my breath away, yeah. You'll always be my heart, my life. Every second, every day.
It is a self-heating, fully cooked meal, and it heats with water. You just add water, and apparently it steam heats it right there. So I didn't know that. So that's gonna save me some cooking time, because I don't have to boil water for it. I'm just boiling water for my my coffee. So okay, so I guess I have to insert the food pouch into here. This is going to be very interesting. I wonder if it tastes all right. And then add 3 to 5 ounces of water. Okay. That is right there. Okay. Now, apparently we here with the knife. And I guess we just drop that in there. This is a heating pan. Never done this before. Sometimes I just would rather just cook real food, but we'll see how this works. Okay. Open heating pad, place in oatmeal's bags next to food pouch. Seal quickly. Ooh, okay. Yikes. Seal quickly. Gonna be a chemical reaction. There it is. I guess now I watch for steam to come out of this little hole right here. So I guess that's the extent of my cooking this morning. Dropping a heating pad in a pouch. All right. Oh, steaming it up. Oh, I guess it's hot coffee, so that will do it. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Hear that? It's blowing steam out. It hit a certain point and then it just started taking off, just steaming. I think that means it's done. Let me read here. Keep away from vent. Steam can cause severe burns. Heat steam. So, okay. I think it just finished it. But it was really quiet, and then it just went shh, like a tea kettle. It just hit a point like a tea kettle, and I think the water boiled. I think that's boiling water now. So, all right, maybe leave it for a few more minutes. Pretty interesting. Wow. Oatmeals. Homestyle meal with a fully cooked. Well, I guess if you didn't have a stove and you didn't have a fire, you could have a hot meal, even without a lighter. That's pretty cool. Wow, that is still steaming right there, making all kind of racket. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It is blazing hot. That's amazing. That heat pouch is amazing. I can't believe that. Look at the steam coming out of that. It's hot too. I'm holding it above the water and everything. I'm holding it right at the flap here, so it's all right, but wow. Yeah, look at that. Well, let's see what we got here. That should be plenty hot. Huh. Well, it looks like food. That actually looks like food. I'd kind of rather it came off of a frying pan, but it is hot. Look at this bag, it's still going to town here. That's crazy. Well, I can't believe that. All right. Yeah, it's nice and warm. That is really good. I'm gonna have to check into these guys. See what else they got. That's pretty cool. Coffee is still hot. All right. Yeah, it is still snowing. Flurries, but it's still snowing. And I have no idea what the roads are like, other than they're really bad. But I haven't driven on a road in about 5 days, so probably a good thing. With all the snow and all the chaos going on. Nice and peaceful right here, though. All right. This is fine. All right. Well, I think I'm going to be doing another trip this week. See if I can find some dry land somewhere. I may get out of the snow, get out of the mountains. Do a desert trip. I'd love to get the pop-up tent trailer out again. The Pyramid Lake was a lot of fun. And just nice to have a big structure like that to hang out in. And I got my Mr. Buddy heater. I got a brand new Mr. Buddy portable propane heater that I can use inside the tent trailer until I get that squared away, the heat system in there. But that should really help. It's good for up to 200 square feet of heat, what it said anyways. And I got it put together, figured it out, and maybe I'll get that out, maybe tomorrow night. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. I got to get back to other things, and I really appreciate you guys, as always, watching my channel. Looking forward to 2022 again, and going to be great. And yeah, that was fun. Nice to get out in the snow. It's actually warmed up a little bit today. It's about 30, 32 maybe. Not too bad. But anyways, we will see you guys next time. And as always, keep hiking.